welcome back to the Imaxit YouTube platform. I'm your host, JD. If you're new, please do smash that like button. Let me know if you're hearing me well. Let me know if you're hearing me well. Mic check 1, 2, 3. Yeah, just drop in the chat that you're hearing me well. All right, let me know if you're hearing me well. I think you should be able to hear me. Let me turn it down. All right. Yes, I think people hear me now. Bless up, bless up. Hope all of you guys are okay. Yes. Just drop in the chat that you're hearing me so I don't have to check my other systems. All right. Yes. So welcome back to the Imaxit YouTube platform. I'm your host, JD. If you're new, please do smash that like button, share, and definitely subscribe. If you're a member of the channel, massive respect to you lot. And how to become a member of the channel, please do click the join button. YouTube will help you along the way. All right, so you saw by the title, talking about Omari Hutchinson and Ipswich, talking about the entire championship, our players looking. Then we are going to go into League One, look at the playoffs, our players looking, and potential players as well. Then come in the Premier League, plus also the Champions League. We have a lot of things that took place, and we have to have those conversations. Sorry that I couldn't get a chance to come on yesterday, but as you know, sometimes family and also other work dealings take us away. All right, yes, man. So Nick, thanks for being here. Massive respect. Ernest in the building. Good morning. Massive respect. Yes, man. Thanks for hitting the like button and thanks for the continuous support. Richard Samuels in the building. Massive respect. Detta Ripple. Detta Way Ripple. Thanks for being here. Man in the studio today. Yes, I'm in the studio. Still using the simple system because once I'm done, I'm gonna run straight off to get my kid to the park because we have a good day. So I'm gonna get her to the park, and also right after the park, I have to bring her go to dancing class as well. So the schedule kind of full. The schedule kind of full with what I do have. You understand me? So just work with me. I will bring back my new systems in the coming week. Don't worry yourself. I will kill you with all of those fantastic graphics and stuff. All right. Yes. Vinny Congo and Grimy family. Massive respect. We are past the year. Let me just go through the listing of things that we're gonna be talking on. Khadija Shaw. The championship, we explained that before. The League One, Premier League, Reggae Boyz abroad overall, Jamaica versus Brazil. We want to look into that a little bit better, and the state of the upcoming squad. Like, who would you pick for that said squad based on what we have researched and kept a numerous amount of shows on? All right, yes. So that is the conversation. But let me start with bringing in Pastor. Pastor, how are you doing? Hope all is well.
Yeah, good morning to everybody in the chat and those who will rewatch the video. Good morning, JD. I am here to find God has been faithful. I mean, I don't know of anyone who have it all things the way they want to. So, but there is more than enough for us to be thankful. So I remain thankful in the fact that He still has His hand on my life and what happens and don't happen. So yeah. With that said, it's an interesting lineup of subjects in the title,
Mm-hmm.
which should make for very informative and good discussion.
All right. So let me go with it. The first story that we want to talk on would have to be Khadija Shaw. Khadija Shaw had an exceptional year in England. As you know, everyone should know by now she was the leading goal scorer and should still be the leading goal scorer after the season finishes for Manchester City. All right. Amazing. Um, week I mean amazing I would say amazing season for her, and we have to show some respect to her,
Yes.
which is Khadija Shaw. But sadly, she has it has reported that she has a broken foot. All right, we don't know the date of recovery. Yes, but let me go through it. Kingston, Jamaica. Manchester City woman striker Khadija Shaw is now recovering from a broken foot injury sustained during the Women's Super League match against West Ham on Sunday, April 21st. Shaw made that announcement via an Instagram post moments ago, which I saw it on Instagram as well. You can go over there and tell her, speedy recovery and everything, because you never may know. People show a little bit more upfront than what they are going through. All right, sharing that she had to undergo surgery to treat the injury. Shaw said, gutted to know I suffered a broken foot in the game against West Ham, but grateful the surgery went well. Good, very good for that. All right. The greatest story are those who define all odds. All right. That's what I've said. Reach out to her and give her a pep talk and stuff. Thanks to everyone for the heartwarming well wishes on my road to recovery. I appreciate every single one. I will continue working hard off and on hard off the pitch doing my rehab, and I can't wait to be back. What doing what I love. God is able. The Jamaican striker added right there. So we know that she weren't playing for Jamaica, but how much of a miss she will be for the foreseeable future?
Captain, motivator, one of the best, if not the best, finishers in women football of all time. I'm going to go that far with it. Um, cannot be replaced. You can't replace Bonnie Shaw in the Jamaican lineup. If you read the Manchester City coach's response to a similar question, they started making plans immediately as to how they're going to operate, knowing that they don't have Bonnie Shaw. Not a player that you can get up and replace tomorrow morning. So she'll be a big miss. The
For
character of the team,
for City, they can use different systems and replace her. But I still believe I do agree with you. Watcher brings that power with the finishing ability, because others there can finish as well and have a high quality level replacement. But the style that she plays in, which we always said that is the that's what not really made her the transcendent star for Jamaica. But in a world level, when you can put the pieces around her, I don't think much people can replace that style. You understand me? So it's
you say,
dominant that style, but you have to have someone to feed her. You understand me? Yes, but with she not being there, they are gonna have a more fluent. You don't have any static striker. It's a a flexible system. Then flexible is the right word.
not to strut any English competence analogy, but there is such a thing as the moral construct of the language.
Mm-hmm.
It is grammatically correct that this being a container that holds fluid, you could use this as a container to hold fluid. And in the definition of the word, you would say you replace it. But English has more than grammar to it. There's such a thing as the moral construct of the language. And so when I say she cannot be replaced, is that the level of value that is attached to what Shaw brings to the team, you cannot replace that. There's a morality attached to the definition of the word replacement. Of course, a club or a country having a national team will find player to play the position. That's not what we're saying when we say cannot be replaced. The value of the player, you don't get up and find like for like, same value, same propensity. It doesn't happen in no sport, nowhere at all on planet Earth. So again, she cannot be replaced. You don't get that when you lose that valuable player. You don't get it. Bonnie Shaw by herself can push back a defense line because the center backs have to pay attention to her. You don't have many players in the world in either gender that stands out like that on a defense line. Not many. They're a special breed. They just bring something that others don't have, which makes others have some things that they don't have. Yeah. Having said that, though, JD, we have seen the Manchester City response and get well soon wishes from them for Bonnie Shaw. What I have not seen yet, and I'm not saying they haven't done it, I am saying I have not seen it, is a response from the
Yeah,
country,
but Pastor,
the
just give me a
federation.
chance to
Yeah.
speak. Pastor, if you give me a chance to speak, maybe you wouldn't have to go there. You explain your part. Just let me follow up. Let me follow up
Okay.
what we just going, because I don't want you to go there because we have information here. So let me just say that first
Okay.
before you make a mistake. All right. Yes. So let me Vinny Conga, bless yourself. Josie Brown, massive respect. Ty, big up yourself. Wayne Swire. Then our brother Drew Ross in the building. Urgent Singh said, did the bad minded JFF send their best regards? We are gonna
Ah,
read out that.
that is
Wayne
sad.
Swire, Pastor, hold on, Pastor, hold on. Pastor, yeah, stop make people draw you off places where you don't want to go. But read it out because I wanted to read it out. But
Mm,
I'm not going to address it, Pastor. But oh my God, oh Lord. Pastor, relax now, relax now. I know somebody might give you PTSD, but it's not. We don't have to do that
yeah.
because we don't have to do that. All right. Anyway, so um, the JFF did post it yesterday, 19 hours ago. Yes. Saying we would like to wish our very own Khadija Bonisha a speedy recovery from injury. We look forward to seeing you on the pitch very soon. We don't know what that seeing you mean. I think it does mean generally seeing you, because we already heard a different story from persons inside. Um, yeah. So let me keep it right there because I don't want people to say that we're picking an imposter. So we can just leave it right here. They did post something. They did post something 19 hours ago. All right. Yes. So let me leave it right here. Congratulations to them for posting that. All right. I thought that they should have been on these things a long time ago. But if you start at some point, I am still grateful for
Yeah.
you to start. All right. I will still give you the
And that
credit
is
when
why I
credit
said it the way I said it, JD, because I didn't have the time to go looking for some things because of I was watching other sporting disciplines. So that's why I said I didn't see it.
All
That's
right.
what I
So let
was
me,
saying. Because I didn't have the
yeah.
time to look for it. I was otherwise engaged. Yeah.
Because I'm trying to run away from that necessary war right here.
Yeah, man. Thanks
Westland,
for
big up
that.
yourself. Thanks for being here. We know what they did and don't. Once I brought up subjects, I will always go through it because I don't pick a
Hmm.
side at no point. All right. Yes. Bless up. Richie Royal for coming in. Massive respect. Everyone that comes in, please do it, like, want to share, and definitely subscribe. So, anyways, the U18s had played a final game. Yes, a final game. The JFF posted this. They said, our U18s national team ended their tour of Turkey with a victory over Ecuador U18s. Well done, boys and staff. This is where now I think people can call him out because you posted that, and I saw a few persons, and I'm gonna call them out by name. Saw that they tried to spin narratives, saying that people like want to say that the YouTubers them never talked about all of these games that the guys have played. No, the youth, we talk about everyone. At least we can vote for ourselves. We talk about everyone of the games them that youths them played in. The difference is we don't try to build 50,000 videos for specific topics, but they are in our videos at all times. That's the big difference. So that narrative that people try to sell, I know why they are doing it, because why they are doing it is because they want to push a narrative of the over the top sensationalism as the for the local guys. And that is always the intention of that one specific YouTuber. You understand me? And that narrative, I never wanted it stopped because people sent it to me. So I wanted, and that's why I made sure the last time when we were talking about it, we talked about the 2-1 loss at first that they had. And we talked about them, the 10, and then we talked about the one that they lost 1-0 to Mali. The only difference is for Mali, we never had the report on it, so we couldn't go into detail. And we never blindly go and do 10, 15 minutes on something that we can't give accurate information on.
On
Your
yeah.
job, that said in YouTuber, his job is to sell sensationalism for locals. Our job is not to sell anything at all, more than just bring the facts. Two different things. And I'm not arguing with an individual, but I'm just saying sometimes be a little bit more responsible or just stick and do your thing and leave other people alone. All right? Yes. Because I know that the reason why I've tackled it to the people is because I know that we had the 10-1 in our video title. And obviously, when you click the videos, them or click the title, we would have been at the top with the most views. So we want to make sure we address that and say that we had talked about every other thing, just to clear up, to make sure we don't avoid anything. So let me give the youth some support now, as what we did from day one, even included the 10-1 result, Pastor, because my specific statement was Demo, Juras can actually come and aid me right here in that conversation. For me, I just want to see them go there and learn something from the conversation. So clearly, people never listen to us well before they jump to that conclusion. All right, yes. So clearly, they have learned something, or maybe the competition dropped down a little. I don't know, because we have never gotten the chance to properly get the information. So only thing we could have done is to stick by what is presented to us. The only one that they gave us statistical detailing on was the 10-1 result. So
Mm-hmm.
none of these games we got statistical detailing for. So how can we push something that we don't get any information on? You see where I'm coming from, people? Yes. So, Pastor, what say you on this
All right.
performance and the players?
While I wasn't on the stream when you did the 1-0 loss, I typed in under it to lose 1-0 to Mali is a win for Jamaica. So people
Yes.
would say we didn't address it. You cannot address something without having the information, except you are basically just talking because you have a voice.
Mm-hmm.
Jenny, one moment to just use the statement that I made this morning about them, whether they had post or not. I made it abundantly clear in my opening sentence that I am not saying they didn't post it. I didn't see it. I'm taking responsibility for not having any information regarding that. The reality is, I'm not going to pretend like I know everything or I watch every single game. I watch probably about 7 or 8 different sporting disciplines. So there is no way I will be as au fait or conversant as everybody else on everything. Some of the games I cannot watch, I only watch highlights. So I will speak on specific things regarding to that.
Pastor, but I heard, Pastor, I
You know?
heard you well. You don't need to defend
Yeah.
yourself on something
So
that I had said. Pastor, you know, you have to go here because I have information. You said they don't watch it, so I heard you well. So let us focus on the thing
people
and let
just need
us
to be
move forward.
responsible. People just need to be responsible. And I'm going at how they try to skew the our not talking on these other matches.
Yes,
People must be
but
responsible, JD, and not present
yes, but Pastor,
something that you don't have.
sometimes people can mean exactly what they're trying to send out. But I just made sure to respond to it so people can go
Yeah.
back and check to see that people just lying are just trying to sell a narrative. You understand me? For others to look bad. I just made sure to make that clear, very much clear. All right. Let me go through the comment section here. Did Ecuador win any game. I have not checked that. Not checked that. I just gave you the information that was written directly here. I will do the additional research on it and then put everything in the show tomorrow. But because they got a win, and I never wanted to down tool the win, because if you go into detail after saying that they get a win, you're going to hear that you're bad-minded and all sorts of madness. So because of that, now it's good for we just to give them some credit from where they're coming from. So they lost 10-1, they lost 1-0, they lost 2-1, and then they got a win in the end. So based off that, I
Yeah.
would say congratulations to them, and hopefully next time we present some ways for people to see the games. Because if you want to sell a product, you can't sell blind things. You understand me? That's the only thing I can say going forward, to be honest, as it relates to this specific conversation. All right. DNA. Thanks for being here. Technique says my statement about the U18 squad. Is it development? We should we should all just relax. Lenny Hyde in the program. He will get it right with time. But no, I'm big up yourself better documentary. Nobody had said anything about anything at all. So I don't know why we should relax. I don't think anyone need to relax. Information touch. The reason why someone prints something in an article is for others to see it and take it how they want it. So people took the 10-1 as not good enough because they have not gotten enough clarity around it. They have only heard that persons were going to go on situations, and that's about it. They never really knew the extent of what type of conditions it is, because every time Jamaica going anywhere, our culture is all about winning and bragging over the top, and sensationalism. Our culture is all about. So if you package that up and then you go somewhere and be losing, they are not going to they are not going to receive that well. It's just, you see, you're so like funny. I've just put in Jamaica overall in one context, and you realize that this is bound to happen if you don't provide information at technique. So I wouldn't jump to say that, oh, this and that about we should give this that time. I don't think it had nothing to do with any one of us. I would just cleared up something and wanted to move on from it. All right. Determined to be here this morning. Said, "Good morning, JD and Pastor. This show gets earlier and earlier every day, but we here. Well, anytime we have the time, we are here. All right. So when we weren't here yesterday, I know that you're cursing us out. All right." Jara said, bless up to you. Duckland in the building, and Lamar said, Ala Madrid. We are going to talk about Madrid soon, but hopefully you guys hit the like button as well as soon as you come in as well. Those things are important. Yes, but as what we said, people just wanted to address that, to say that we weren't one of them that just talk about the 10-1. And that's about it, because we always talk about football. We pack our shows about football only. All right. Yes. So let me move on. Now. So the next one is the Brazil versus. Before we go to the Brazil, let me start with the games them yesterday, so we can go through these things.
Yeah.
So we had
Sorry,
some
sorry.
games. Some games yet. We have one game yet to play, which is Coventry versus Ipswich, to finish off the 45th fixtures in the championship. All right. So both of those teams should have been playing for some qualification spot, but Coventry slipped up over the last couple of weeks. All right, they had a good showing against Manchester United, but after that they just fell off. All right, I think they fell off before that as well. But Ipswich were in a powerful position with 2 games to spare on the 45, which is 43 matches played. Leeds slipped up and went at 90 points, so they knew that just winning a game and are getting a draw would have drawn them closer and closer to Leeds, if not make some separations. So the last game they drew 3-3 with all. You guys know about that because Omari Hutchinson did score 2 goals there, another amazing performance in that game. Well, they rallied back this time up against Coventry. Coventry, potential and also current Reggae Boyz on the field. So we have Joel Latibod here, started at centre back. We had Kasey Palmer started at attacking midfielder. We have Elisim that can potentially play for Jamaica. That's what person said to me. Then we have Omari Hutchinson, which is in it register him as a Jamaican as well. Want to go through all of their performances at this point. But the game ended 2-1, and with that 2-1, it separates Ipswich from the big bad Leeds. So Ipswich can get a final day draw. They will make it through. So before I go into anything, let me just ask Pastor and ask the chat again. With Ipswich on 93 going into the final day and Leeds on 90 points, will they make it through straight to the automatical qualification spot? All right, which is the second spot right there. Will Ipswich take that spot? Let me know. All right, Pastor, we are going to give you the floor, sir.
I am backing Ipswich to take the spot. When you
Ooh!
have your when you have your fate and your destiny in your own hands, you are the front runner and should be posted as such. Ipswich, the one thing they cannot do is lose. The one
Yes.
thing they cannot do is lose.
And they,
So
they can lose as well, but if they do lose the game, it's not in their hands because the
it's
better
not
goal
in their
difference,
hands.
the better goal difference would slightly favor um Leeds.
Good. Well, suffice it to say, I had Ipswich staying up in the automatic spot because from when they were leading. If you remember that stream that
Mm-hmm.
you did, I said they would have stayed up there from when they were leading. No matter who else go there. So I am holding to that prediction or hope that I had for them. I still have it. That they will do enough to secure their automatic spot. Send everybody else to the playoff at the dogfight. So that I'm going with Ipswich. And I'm going them to win their game 2-1.
Okay. Fair enough. All right, so let me go through the comment section. All right, so we have MP W94 said, Blessed JD and Imaxit family. Omari Hutchinson and Ipswich took the EPL. So he's saying not even the next game need to be played. They are going to be in the EPL, which is amazing. I Revive said Kasey Palmer got an assist, which I said I'm going to go through all of the stats of the players. Them. I revised. But thanks said additional information. Dockland said the Hutchinson that is playing for Ipswich can't be the same player that came to Jamaica. Does he have a twin? I don't know what is he trying to say there because
That's
I am not going to even
insinuation.
argue. Pastor, just let me with the show flow now, Pastor, man. Come on, man. Stop war with everybody, man. Early morning, they just got up. It's just sad that these guys get up in that mood. All right, Determined said, "Oh yeah, my number was mad. Laugh out loud. I had waste some of my brain cell on these little YouTuber show. I don't know what you're talking there either. I guess be mad people wake up in. I guess most of the sane human beings them mad when they wake up in the morning. Ipswich will definitely go up. Just avoid defeat and they'll be promoted. Well, you have to go on the field and play. I wonder if people understand you have to go on the field and play. So just to avoid defeat is not easy. All right, so that's all I'm gonna say to you guys. You remember Liverpool thought that they would have gone out there and win the Premier League. They slipped.
Mm-mm.
They slipped through the crack. Arsenal had 4 games left. Thought that they would have won the Premier League. They barely even got a point out of one of those games. You understand me? Several teams, Manchester City went no, Manchester United went into the final day, thought they would have lifted the trophy. Aguero, in the last second, took it away from them. So I saw City went to Bernabeu, thought that everything was okay, and then Benzema just decided that he's going to show up, and City just dropped out. You understand me? So crazy. Liverpool, Barcelona, everyone, people injured, and then Origi, the legend of scoring late goals, just turned up and turned the clock around. So go back in the early times. I know that some of you guys are young. AC Milan, Liverpool. No one expected that. Everyone pinging balls around Liverpool like they are not a team. And when they take a stock, it's Liverpool pull off the unbelievable comeback to seal the Champions League. So don't tell anybody that it's a sure thing. You have to just go there and not lose. Yes, but that's how all games started. You have to go there and not lose the game. And Pastor, you agree with me or you disagree? Because these people
Full
are acting
full
like it's
agreement.
certain.
Hello. Full agreement. Having names on paper does not win matches. Anybody who is in the sport for a while is not going to give you 3 points because they are afraid of you. They will bust your lace even with your big name. So name on a paper don't win you anything. You have to get out of the park and get the result that you desire.
Facts, facts,
That's,
facts. All right, and Singh says Leeds have the tougher fixture, which we're gonna go into that. Let me just give you the statistics of the guys them. All right, yes, because as you saw, Latibodier second day, he came off with slight injury. 85th minute though, he played longer than the other games. So 85 minutes played for Latibodier, two clearances, one block shot, and two tackles. Error led to a shot, one. Grown duel, 3 of 3, very good. Last position 9 times, was fouled once, had 92 touches of the ball, which he's always one of those touch players. That's what you're realizing the talent that he
mhm.
has. 75 of 83 passes completed, which is 90%, which is very good. Long pass what you envision for Joel Latibodier going forward? You think that did enough as it relates to his season and also the back end of the Jamaica national team that we thinks that he should be a mainstay in the starting 11 of the Jamaica team?
All right. I know you're trying to avoid some things, but that question that you asked me now is loaded. I believe he had above average season. I believe that for both on both international assignment and for his club, above average season. I am a little bit apprehensive with the fact that, especially as it comes to the end part of the season, he's picking up injuries, which means that the workload is taking its toll. So he's a young man and with proper care should be able to, you know, continue his form. But this is about the second injury in as many games that we're hearing about. He came back from the first one pretty quickly because it was a very pretty much the next match. But I don't like that he's that. You know, we don't want any more injury prone players. We already have to try to build a hedge around Kasey Palmer. We don't want to have any more injury prone players. Having said that, though, for him to be a mainstay in the starting 11 for Jamaica, it displaces one of our favorite players, which is where
Okay.
I said it is loaded because either of two positions he could play in the starting 11. So if you put him at right back, which is his natural position, he displaces um, Lambakisi. If you put him at centre back, he displaces Damian Lowe. And
Okay.
and so the reality of that is I believe he has done enough to be in the conversation for both positions, even though he has played right back less at his for the season. He has played right back less for the season. So he puts himself in the conversation. Credit to the young man. What that does for the senior national team is deepen the pool, JD, and I believe that is something we have been calling for. A minimum of four players deep in each position. I think we can say we have a competent pool at centre back. We don't have a great pool, but we have a competent pool because based on form, based on what he has produced, I would start a back three without Damian Lowe, him replacing Damian Lowe, and if need be, Damian Lowe coming off the bench. I'll leave it at that so you can return to the
Yes.
football and not be turning your
Yes.
eyes to the eastern
Oh my
skies
God.
from whence your help coming.
Yes, I'm trying my
Yes,
best to not have a war, but
a war so
Barca
early in
trying
the
his best.
stream. Yes.
Barca trying his best to have a fight with the chat, not me, people. All right, guys, once you come in, please do hit the like button, share, and subscribe. Oh, hit the like button, click the top of your screen. You will see a triple dot. You click the triple dot, and then we will have the like
Mm.
display, the share display, and also the subscription of the channel display. If you see what we're doing and you like it, definitely go ahead and support it. All right, so Lati had a terrible game. I Revive said. DNA said, "Boy, JD, you like use Liverpool as a reference, but I've used Liverpool in more than once, and I've used others. So I guess I should just not use anyone that you guys support. But anybody could come and say the
Yes.
same thing. So for
Yes.
Arsenal, they could come and say the same thing. So then that means
Mhm.
I should just show that I have no knowledge of football and what took place in football then. So that's what you want me to do, just
Only talk
because
about
you don't
your
want me to
team
talk
will
about the team.
satisfy them. Only talk about
Yes.
your team will satisfy them. Only Man City you
Yes.
must talk about. That will
All right, so
satisfy
Triple E,
them.
big up yourself. Thanks for being here. Massive respect. Then we have Kasey Palmer. Kasey Palmer in this game played 89 minutes. 89 minutes. Had one assist in the game, and one shot on target in the game, one shot block, so two shots in total. Tried one dribble, did not completed that dribble, so 0 of 1. 55 touches overall on the day, and had 33 of 37 passes completed, which is 89%. Had three key passes in that game. Tried three crosses, completed none of the three, and Groundwell 2 of 7, and Iradoli last that one as well. All right, and last position 13 times overall, committed three fouls and had two clearances and two tackles. So that's what's up with Kasey Palmer. So Kasey Palmer, we clearly see him performing over and over for his club or his clubs, but some would say that he doesn't perform the same way for Jamaica. Obviously, he was deployed in a different position, completely in a different system.
Ah,
So even though we know it's a different
ah.
system, he was deployed in a different position. So are we setting up some of these players to fail, or some of these players have to take the but it would take the beating for other players in the team to look good. So, for instance, what I meant about that, like for instance, if it's Liam Bailey, that will we put at central forward because maybe a the right hand side might not be strongest suit in a Jamaican system because they don't use a right winger, they use more of a right midfielder. So they have to put Liam Bailey more of a cam, of a central forward, and then that would have been a Kasey Palmer role. But because of that, he would have to drop off to make sure he complements. Complement should have been the right word for Liam Bailey being the team or a next big name being the team. So he a person of that ilk?
All right. I like the fact that you contextualize the the assessment in that he for his club he's deployed in a different position than when he plays for the national team. The reality is, JD, any player that wants to be valued by a coach will play pretty much anywhere the coach asks you to play. You'll give it your best shot. Will you be at your best is a different statement or question altogether. So I believe that Jamaica has for too long taken players and put them in positions foreign to them in the senior national team. And I say it that way because this is not the first coach that would have deployed the players in positions other than their most productive positions that they play. It has been more than one of our coaches have done that. That is a challenge for me if you're going to assess the player and then determine their fitness or quality for the national team when you're playing them out of their regular positions, which is what happened to Hector, why Hector was dropped for so long, because they faulted him, even though he didn't play bad enough. They faulted him when the coach had asked him to play CDM. So that contributed to him being assessed and dropped out of the team. It is not fair to the player in my mind. And I believe that if you want to be fair as an administrator or a coach or manager, whatever it is, then you put people where they are most productive and you assess them there. And whatever the assessment shows, then you make your decision on that. So I will say that we'll leave it at that.
All right, so fair enough. But Kasey Palmer, another good performance from him. Then
Yes,
we have on the winning
credit to
side,
him.
we have on the winning side, Omari Hutchinson. All right, big up yourself, Omar Fowling. Big yeah man, big up yourself, everyone coming. Kevin Jones in the building. Wells says Damian Low defensive midfield. Good thing Coach Grim not listening to you. Well, you can't say that. You can say that. You can say whatever you want. But Pastor saying what he's saying doesn't mean he's wrong. It just means that maybe the coach have different ways and methods to get to his conclusion, but maybe others can see similar or see different. Everyone has their opinion, and we don't know how they have ended up to their opinion. As I've said, I told you my take on Damian Lowe myself. I am not the biggest fan of him either, but that doesn't mean he's not a good player. But maybe in whatever I'm talking about, he doesn't fit what I think, and maybe the coach put him in it, forced him in it, just to make sure it fits his narrative. You never may know. All right. So because none of us know, you have to take a next man words a word and make him do him things. So past that mistake, past that mistake. All right. Big up yourself, Tom. Massive respect, Claudine. In the building, yeah, man. Yourself and get the likes over 50 and get it over 100. We have already 100 people here, so it should be easy to reach the 100. But we know it's always a challenge for them to find the like button still. All right. So 89 minutes played for Mr. Hutchinson right here. Had 46 touches overall, completed 24 of 28 passes, 86%. Key pass, one. One of one long ball, two shots on target, and dribbles tried two, did not complete any of the two, which you know I rate him highly on the dribbles. All right, ground duels, one of eight. Don't think he has dealt with the ground duels well enough. I think that is something that he has to work on going forward. Here, although he lost that battle, last possession 12 times overall, committed two fouls, was fouled once, and one interception overall. All right, but they still managed to win the game in spite of him being he did have link up plays to the goal. That's how he got the key pass. Yeah, one of the goals I should say. But I still believe that I saw better games from him. He seems like he was struggling with the physicality of some of the players, the opposition, because some of them tried to play physical. Even Kasey Palmer, he can play physical even though he's attacking midfielder. So I do believe that is one side of his game. Maybe he has to improve on. So when he was talking that he wants time to work on certain things and sometimes he's winded and stuff because he's doing a different challenge for the first time, I can see what he was saying now, because even though he's playing good, you can see and those deficiencies that he needs to work on. And as what I've always said, Pastor, anybody that can acknowledge their weaknesses, they are destined to be successful. It's the delusional people in life no, don't reach anywhere because they believe that they are so great. So their brain cells already lock up. Their subconscious don't think they have anything to worry about. So this youth, Omari Hutchinson, I have the whole time for him every day. But yeah, that's what I looked at his performance on. And how impressed are you with him? And would you plan to take him directly to this Copa, or you would give him more time to figure himself out?
I want to use his coach at Ipswich decision to play him for 89 minutes to answer that question. He's obviously wasn't having his best game, but the coach saw the value of keeping him on the field for that long because of the impact he was creating. You see, you will not have your best game every time you play, but
Facts.
champions are defined when you are not at your best, but you still hold down the fort in your position. Your team still depends on you, and you still validate the, the kind of dependency placed on you by your teammates, by how you execute the performance. Um, the thing is, JD, I am thankful that at such an early stage in his career, he realized his deficiencies and is willing to put in the work to improve himself. There was a question in the chat, or is a question in the chat, whether or not this is the same Omari Hutchinson that came to Jamaica. I hope he realized that this answers that question because he has worked on several things that he would have had, not where he wanted them to be. And so he's a far better player than when he was introduced to the Jamaican setup. You have to give him credit for that. He's a far better player. I still don't believe that because I'm not sure of the narrative behind the question being posed, I am going to level off what I'm saying by saying this. The quality of Omari Hutchinson when he was introduced was good enough for him to be introduced. So I'll answer your question if I would take him to Copa America as he is now. And that is a definitive yes. I would want a player like Omari Hutchinson to be, whether coming off the bench or starting, in the front line in Copa America. It is a player like Omari Hutchinson that will give us our best chances of remaining relevant on the park.
All right, fair enough, fair enough. Thanks. Real Baller came in, said morning, Pastor and JD. Africans in the building as well. Conroy in the building as well. Yeah, man. As you guys come in, please do special like, share, and subscribe. Boston said this coach at Ipswich love young players. Therefore, if he chooses to stay at Ipswich next season, he will definitely be a get in game time to improve himself. Yes, I do believe so. Drummond said, "Greetings, JD, and your priest. I have no priest. He's a pastor
I
and
am
is
not a
his own
priest.
pastor. He's your pastor as well." And then Real Baller said,
Yeah.
"Pastor and JD, wake up." Okay, because we're not shouting, maybe he perceived us as sleeping. I don't know what he meant there. Drummond, big up yourself. Omari needs to stay at Ipswich next season and further his development. Yeah, they're gonna come. Them and Chelsea will work on that. If Chelsea believe that they have to sell off your players to make way, then obviously he will have to come in because if they let go of Madueke, you don't have anybody in the U21s better than him or close to him. So they would have rather to bring him back and use the same wage that they have because they have to pay a percentage of that wage regardless of him going to Ipswich or not. So either they are going to sell him or bring him back in, which I do see him offer a lot, even to others that are big on the books. He can offer more than those guys. So I do believe that it's possible that he goes back and get more game time because he proves himself and he improves as well. And that's what people feel to talk about, as what Pastor said. Improves so him. I strongly believe that he can go back to Chelsea and get game. He can be a backup to Cole Palmer. He can be a backup to Madueke, even with a full squad, because Jackson and Nkunku will share game because both of them will want to play in the forward lineup. Our Jackson will share game with over left hand side if they're going to remove themselves from Raheem Sterling, which is highly likely, because the amount of money that they do owe and the amount of money that Raheem Sterling commands at the club, it might just work out that way for them to move on from Raheem Sterling. But once they sell any forward or any winger, Omari Hutchinson will be getting game time there, and it's just a fact because everyone might be better than him, but none of them so superior over him. And the rate of how he's improving, you never may know
Mm-hmm.
what he will do by the next window opening. So I
Mm-hmm.
think Omar Hutchinson feels very confident that he can cut it anywhere now. And I think even this year proves to him that he can cut it anywhere. Others thought so because I saw him as one of the super talents from a long time. But I think he got the confidence this year that he can cut it anywhere. Maybe he's not above none of the other guys that we have named out, but those are Premier League season Premier League player aside from Cole Palmer. But Cole Palmer was still a champion coming from an elite society coming there. You get me? Yes, and the rest of them are professionals coming from Germany, Spain, and other places. All right, so Jamal Lowe is on the radar for a couple EPL teams. Lamar Williams, it's possible. We'll check it out. Coach Teddy Bear in the building. Big of yourself. Thanks for being here. Good God. What is wrong with his name, man? Coach Teddy Bear. Boston said, as long as his contract situation is final before Coco, I would definitely take him. And then we have Jason Ferran in the building. Big of yourself said, Sack Passe, as that is Jason. All right. I Revive said, Hutchinson would be a good backup for Bailey at right wing at Copa. All right, but that's the problem. How much time we truly use right wing, in our teams? I don't know, but you know what? If you say so. Remember, Chelsea have Brazilian winger coming next season as well. That is true, but would you say that he's above Omar Hutchinson? Well, we don't know. All right. I think, and remember, he's coming on fresh style. And when you're coming on fresh style, you really just kick on instant. You need time to fit yourself in. So maybe you would need a Hutchinson that's already on his own home turf to kick on. All right. Yes. I read an article this morning. Okay, thank you, Lamar. I never said that. I never believed you. I said I will check for myself to understand, and then I can check up further. Why is it we like fight so much? This is a chill stream, and it's like the most war boats them come out. Determined said, JD, when you're going to start the World Cup campaign, we need our own section in the national stadium. I don't know about that. Determined. I think you can do it yourself. A lot of people in Jamaica, and you have a whole lot of money that you want to spend, so you can just do that yourself. I don't need to get involved. Because maybe I can deploy my energy somewhere different. I don't know. All right, so that is that is determined. That's always fighting. So, anyways, we gone a long time and we have not touched the big bad Champions League. All right, so Champions League, um, Real Madrid survive. Desperately clutching at something to survive. Let me. I'm just joking. All right, I don't want Real Madrid fans to lose their brain cells. So obviously they were playing Bayern Munich at home. All right, Bayern Munich had better possession, 52, better shots overall, better shots on target overall, and the big chances were equal, three apiece, which I thought that Bayern Munich had slightly better, more big chances. Yes, and I'm you know what? We have a lot of Real Madrid fans here, so I'm not going to say anything. I'm going to leave the floor to Pastor. So, Pastor, what, um, what you have to say when you're going? You look at this match. Just give
I
me your
am not
thing
a
because I can't talk. All right, you see,
I am not a
already.
fan. I am not a fan of Real Madrid. I was a student of the German mechanical football style that certain senior players say they lost because of Pep going to Germany and changing their style. But so when it comes to Bayern, I would have supported Bayern against Real Madrid in the game. The reality of it is, when you clash champions, JD, there are some things that are expected. One, playing styles get neutralized based on quality of players in position when you clash champions. So for either team, I didn't expect it to be a walk in the park, nor did I expect everybody to come off the field being happy. You're supposed to get little knockings at your ankle part and major challenges, and so even when you're presented with the empty goal, you might hear a sound in your, you know, at your six where you say, "Yo, that this sound like a killer there behind me," and you end up floops a goal where you're supposed to score. Hence, them have so much big chance, and so you goal. So I mean, yeah, these things happen. But for
Well, I
football
would say
lovers,
is that
for the
based off my
purists,
assessment, because the other day I came here talking about Arsenal versus Tottenham. When I came off because they let me feel fool. Like me, I don't know what I'm seeing, and all of them seeing the same thing. So when I'm done, I like to go back and really assess things. And you know that every one of the players that I was actually talking about, they are talking about it on Sky and other programs with the referees in England. So I'm saying, I wonder if it's just something wrong with my subscribers, them. Because if for the people of this way are actually officiate the games, and they're saying the same thing as me, and these people just beat me collectively, beat me. So they can see the same thing, and then everybody else can just see the other things that I am seeing. Oh
I have two
God.
questions for you. I have two questions for you. How many of your subscribers are in the Hate JD gang? That professional arm that opposes you. That's one. The second one is the second one because that gang has articulated they are an
You see,
opposition to
Pastor,
you.
look at the one. Look at Duckland. Don't blame anyone for you feeling fool for JD.
And he's a member of the Hate JD gang, correct?
He's
So
the headmaster. He's the headmaster. Oh my God! Wow.
so that is one question. The next question is how many of the fans really watch football over and against watching their team that they support play? Because the game between Madrid and Bayern Munich, if you w- love football and when you reach to championship level, this
Mhm.
decision deciders, this is what you expect, JD. This is what you want to see. You want to see combativeness end to end, and people trying to neutralize each other in the middle of the park, people pulling their socks up and producing speeds never before seen. And this is what you want. If you're a football, there's a difference between a football fan and a fan that supports a team because a football fan never loses. But if you support a team, if you're a fan for a team, you lose all the while. More times than you need than you want to. So I just want us to, yes, you'll have your teams that you support by, and the thing is I have a whole lot three in a one league, but all of that is secondary to the primary focus of football. I want to see the positions. And JD, that's why I may have PTSD when certain people make some statement about certain player being good at CDM.
Oh my God! So, Pastor.
No, 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 no. Don't add to it. Just leave it right there, so. And let's get
All
back
right.
to
All right.
the
All
championship.
right. All right. All
Because
right. Yes.
I'm just
All
saying
right.
it literally made me. Yeah.
Yes, Pastor. Let's leave it alone. Bless up yourself, Jason. Bless up yourself, another scotch off. Jason Ferran says desperately. No, I thought Bayern left that game thinking that they should have been 2-0 up. like 2 extra goals on top of what they have scored. They had scored. All right, so it should have been 4-2 final result. All right, I thought that Bayern were the better team and should have come out of that one winning. And I do believe
They
that
left.
that kind of set them back. That kind of set them back for the second leg. Just like when I thought that was it Barcelona PSG, when I said that I think that what I saw from Barcelona, they should have just get the win right there, because it looks like our next game will just cause more problem if they have to come out and be more adventurous, and they did so, and they got a red card early on, and it, PSG sliced them up. Yes, so let me hear what people say. um um the Korean defender got killed by Vinny and Rodrigo. Um, JD, they see it, but as long as you are the one saying it, okay, yes, I realize that. For 2 goals, okay, so no one object to that. Maybe only Jason, but I think he's gonna object to everything that I've said, which I'm okay with that because he's a part of the gang as well. Yes, Pastor. So, Pastor, how you look at this so we can move on from that one? How you look at this one? Who you think going through? I want to say Bayern should have everything to go through, because I just don't like this zero striker type thing. um a zero striker type thing that Real Madrid playing. It makes them not fluid enough. Obviously their speed transition is good because Rodrigo and Vinny is very fast. So they make up for that lack of central figure to hold the play or push back defenders. So they can lose possession easier based on them not having any vocal point. So
The,
with that,
and plus, Bayern will be at home.
yeah, I know Bayern was at home. And they said they should have won that one, and I think that it kind of favor. I'm gonna still stick with Bayern here. I'm gonna still stick with Bayern.
Here's the challenge. Here's the challenge I have, JD. If you're at home and you leave 2 points on the park, when you go away, you make it that much more difficult. So it's going to take a situation like Jamaica against Canada in Canada, for Bayern to
Uh-huh.
really for Bayern to go through, because that's how they have left it. You left 2 points on the park. You should have won at home and then go hold out away. But no, you have to win away, because that's what it, whether it goes out to penalty or whatever not, they now have to win away, and that is always a greater chat. Well, not always, because there are some teams that travel better than they play at home. So there are the few of those that exist. But as I said, I would always prefer the German mechanism to the Real Madrid. I was never a fan of Real Madrid. I have a few friends who are, I could classify them Real Madrid fanatics rather than fan how they love Real Madrid. But yeah, and I suppose when, because they start. Oh, JD, there are about 4 subscribers. You should have gotten about 4 new subscribers from
Oh
different
Lord.
parts of the world, because they found out that I am sometimes on the stream.
Oh
So yeah,
God. Yes. Oh, so now Pastor sending his goons here now. So now you guys
no,
can't
no,
fight the
no, no,
pastor so much. But anyways, we have some comments. We have some comments
yeah.
coming in. All right. So we have Jason Ferran saying that Bayern ain't winning nothing. All right. Next leg in Madrid, which we had said that Real Madrid all the way, even when me dead. All right. Not see y'all not seeing that Madrid didn't even come out of second gear yesterday. Jason Ferran, that's how the new Madrid plays, or at least the strikerless Madrid team plays. They had been out of second gear. So what you're going to tell me that in the Man City game they never came out of second gear either, because that means they never even start, because they are 50 times worse. but they still turn out to get a goal, hold on onto that goal, and then go into penalty and win it. So I just think that is the style. That is the style, Jason. And I would not be surprised if I don't see anything different in Madrid as well. And not the over the top coming forward, because I think them coming out and being expansive, I am telling you, Bayern is not normal. Jason, I'm telling you, Jason, call your coach and tell him don't play expansive football. Stay the same way, do his thing, and maybe you will get something. But oh God, come out and see what happened to you. All right? Yes. All right. So, Pastor, who you going with, Pastor? Who you going with? Everyone saying
I will say it.
Real
I'll
Madrid.
say it again.
Yes.
Bayern Munich is a German team. I support the. I have never supported Real Madrid.
So Bayern Munich for Pastor.
Yes. And by the way, Bayern Munich gonna win 3-1.
Jesus. All right. So Pastor said Bayern Munich will win 3-1. I am going to say Bayern Munich will win. I think Bayern Munich will win as well. But I will say by the odd goal. It's going to be a very scary game and even potential penalty, because once you have the odd goal, anyone can score in the final part. Yeah, but I think the odd goal. I will say Bayern Munich 2-1. 2-1. That's what I
Football
will say.
Global want me to be very unproductive. I bet you want me to go at this time of the day. What a wicked man.
2-1.
No,
2-1.
be- because right? Because he is a Real Madrid support. JD, I have some brethren, that this is how they talk, There is no way Real Madrid get beaten.
Yeah,
You understand me? At their
people sending
worst, they
us,
are
Pastor.
winners.
People sending us to our bed. The football global said, "Go on your bed." That's not
Yes.
happening. Okay, so hold on. So I'm gonna ask you a question. This is not a trick question, all right? So we honestly think this Bayern Munich team better than Arsenal. I'm just asking you a question. So we think this Bayern Munich team better than Arsenal. Just answer me, yes or no. Do we think this Bayern Munich team today is better than Arsenal's team?
Yes.
You're gonna still give this Bayern Munich team better than Arsenal?
hmm
Ooh. All right, all right.
JD, when Arsenal go expansive, the connectivity of Arsenal is not present. They don't connect the pieces across the thirds when they go expansive. This Bayern Munich team still has some amount of the mechanical nature of German football. They still possess a little bit of it, which is what makes them better as a unit, offensive wise, than Arsenal. And they're certainly better than Arsenal defensive wise.
Oh God, boy. I don't think they're better than Arsenal. I don't. I think they are bigger players than Arsenal, 100%. That
Ah,
is true. But I think Arsenal is better than Bayern. And the reason why
I
Bayern
disagree
better
with
than
you.
Madrid, and the reason why I've said that, I am just asking if when Bayern left Arsenal, you could say that they could have won the game or maybe should have won the game based on the amount of clear chances created on the time and maybe the dodgy calls them. But obviously Arsenal and the dodgy call is like the same thing. You get me? Yes. So, so
Lamar Walker, Lamar Walker is refusing to put in offering for 1 year because we speak against Real Madrid.
it's not about. so, so, JD, why don't they win their league? Okay. Jamaican Guru. You have a team. You think in your heart, Jamaican Guru. You think if Manchester City in Spain, Real Madrid will win no league? No, no. Because look at what they are using against Arsenal. You think, Pastor? You think that if the City in the Spanish league, Real Madrid winning no league?
In their
I
present shape,
said
no.
no. I said no,
In
and
their
it's not
present
even
shape,
close.
no.
No,
In
and
their
it's not
present
even
shape, no.
close. Oh God, they said delusional. Oh my God.
JD, we're talking about teams in their
Jason,
present construct.
Jason, Real Madrid not winning no league with City then in the Spanish league. It's not happening, Jason. Oh my, the man them see me talk madness. So all them actually see, you know, see them actually believe say Real Madrid better than Manchester City. Jesus,
Presently,
Lord.
no. JD, the thing
Wow.
is, Real Madrid have had some super teams. This is not one of them. This is in the last 20 years of me watching football. This might be Real Madrid weakest team. This present Real Madrid team, may very well be the weakest Real Madrid team I've seen in 20 years.
Wow.
I don't believe this is nowhere close to the best Real Madrid team I've seen.
Lamar says Real Madrid better even heaven and earth, better than even heaven and earth. Oh, all right, you know what? If
That's
you guys really believe
blasphemous.
these things,
That's blasphemous.
so yes, but that's what tell you, Guru. Oh, bad the Spanish league, the level of Spanish league is comparative to the English Premier League. Guys, I think if Arsenal was there, maybe Arsenal win the La Liga as well too. I am not gonna diss on the people. JD, you just start watch football. Jason, many might be the same age, or he might be 1 year younger or 1 year older than me. I don't even know, And this man, I guess, I just start watch football. Jesus. This overhyping Real Madrid is so sensational. You know what? You guys think that Uno can win everything. All right, Uno win everything Uno want. The Real Madrid is the best team, and they're gonna win everything. Uno gonna cry, Uno gonna ball like dog because Bayern are beaten them. So when him Uno go home, Uno come with a bag of story after. I'm going to be here. It looks like even when I'm not a hater, and I'm just talking the facts, Pastor. It looks like it's a 8 long ago run for the rest of the year, for all of these competitions, because I'm going to be here televising their demise. All right? Because the super hype that they're on, it's not true. All right? That's all I'm going to tell
Well,
them.
I guess for the first time, they might be able to label me that and I don't hate Madrid. It's just that I've never cheered for them
Pastor, we don't hate
because of
them.
the
We have
behavior,
sense, Pastor. Don't make them
because
convert
of the
you.
behavior of too many of
Don't let them
my
convert you.
friends in the
It's
football
not
circle.
true.
Not
Real Madrid is not better than Real Madrid is not better than Arsenal or Manchester City. It's not true.
presently.
No,
The present
present,
team we're
yeah,
talking,
present.
the
So,
present squad
Pastor,
we're talking.
which other alley I could have been talking? It couldn't be
But
historical.
JD, they must be talking about something else because this is. I'm going to say it again. In in the last 20 years of Real Madrid, this may
Oh,
be the
Jesus
weakest
God.
possible, the
Jason
weakest
gone
team
for
they have.
14 titles. Oh, Jason. Oh, my. So by that then,
So
so
they are
by
the
that
most
then,
winningest.
Real
No,
Madrid
they are
should
the
be
most winningest
champions.
Champions League team.
So that means we should not play any more game and Real Madrid just become champions, Pastor. So let we not watch no more Champions League. We're gonna call Champions League and tell them Real Madrid have to win because they are the dominant winners.
JD, but look at what Jason just. The following what Jason just said. This present team, how many of the 14 they win? Not one.
They won a lot. They won a lot, Pastor. They won a lot,
This
Stephen.
present team no win no a
Yeah,
lot.
because if you look, let me give you some of the guys that already win four. Let me see. Tony Kroos. Tony Kroos. I don't even know much Champions League him win, but a whole heap. Um, uh, who else in this? Tony Kroos. The rest of them, all of them on the field young, because look, Vinny never won much. Bellingham don't win much, not much. Valverde, if he wins one, if so much. Rodrigo would have been only for one. Mendy would have been maximum one, if any. So Rudiger might win one, might. So really and truly, only Kraus alone that started yesterday
Because
might
him did a
could have
him
won
he's
one.
a perennial figure. Because he's a perennial figure. This team is not the winning
No,
is
Mudrik
not
Mudrik was on the bench. So the man them that's on the bench, like Mudrik on the bench, yes. Kutoa, one several. Malito, maybe maybe one out of that. But it's not all of them there, in this squad, that won so much of the Champions League. Yeah.
that's what I'm telling you. That's what all
So
of
the
them are gonna
old
say.
man them, Kraus and Mudrik, are the only ones I'm
Yeah.
seeing that possibly win one, if not.
And they
Let me
were a
see.
part of a better team than this team.
Let me
They
see
were
how
a
long
part of a
Rudiger is
better
there.
team
One
than this
second. Let me
team.
see how long. Let me see how long Rudiger is there. Let me go for 2000. Yeah, let me go to 2000. If Rudiger was still there, in 2000,
Luther Madrid.
because
And he
maybe Rudiger was there. I don't
that
know.
player Madrid is one of the most celebrated Real Madrid
Yes,
players.
2000, 2000. He was there. So Rudiger would be a part of the winners as well. Yeah.
Change subject and leave Madrid to win a 15th.
They ain't winning nothing. All right. So all right. So me and you time. Me and you go for Bayern. All right. The chat went for Madrid. It's okay. All right. So
I have a
Madrid.
German name. I support the German team. Leave it
Yeah,
at
but
that.
Pastor, that sound wrong. Pastor, that's what sound wrong. Yeah,
What?
because when you're saying that you have a German name, so that's why you're supporting them. That I
No.
don't agree with that.
That is why I have always supported German football because of my
Yes, Gary. Yes, Gary.
yes.
2020. I mean 2020. All right. So Carval Nacho. So I have four titles. All right. Thank you, Marlon. Thank you, because I was trying to look through who was actually there from 2000. Yes, but it's not all of them like before. All right. Yes. So both of us go for Bayern. So I'm hoping when Bayern wins, these guys can turn up, especially one Chris
Africans,
Perrin.
Africans, yeah, Bayern Munich getting it done. I agree.
All right. So let me move on, Pastor. Let me move on to. Let me move on to, because I'm finishing just at 3 o'clock. Let me move on to PSG, Dortmund. Let me see if I can get some ratings here. All right. Okay. PSG, Dortmund. Who are you going for? At home, Dortmund at home. First game.
All right. Um, I tend to prefer how PSG played. It's not that I cheer for PSG, but I tend to prefer how PSG played. Um, I'm gonna go with PSG.
So PSG
I'm
win
gonna
this
go with
one.
PSG. Yeah,
Woo!
by the odd goal. By the odd goal.
Oh Lord. So PSG, Dortmund
Win by
at
one. With a
Atletico.
2-1 or 3-2.
So
No.
you don't look at what they did against Atletico. Turn it around. When I said just because at home when they went to Spain, I said because they got that extra goal back, they're gonna cause Atletico
It,
the problem at home, and they would shoot Atletico. So you don't believe that they could do the same as it relates to
all
PSG.
right. PSG for a generation has played with speed. They move the ball good quickly. That is going to neutral. It's not going to prevent Dortmund from making their shots. They are what they are. That's how they play. They play how they play against anybody. That's how they play. But I guess this is me favoring a team over and against all of the analytics being brought to bear in recent games because I believe it's two quality teams that does have value in different pockets on the park that can be offensively dangerous to each other. Um, Dortmund gets the upper hand if in the first 5 minutes PSG start bouncing off of them.
Okay. I'm
So
gonna agree with you.
if the physicality in the first 5 to 15 minutes favors Dortmund, I think they win. But as it sits, I basically will choose PSG by the odd goal.
Anthony Taylor will be the referee. Oh God. Oh my God. All right, I'm gonna go with PSG as well. I'm gonna take PSG. So Bayern and PSG final. Again. Yes, they had a final before, right? Dortmund with the yellow wall winning today 2-1 or 3-2. All right, they had this three Jason, which I think you should know. Yeah, so none of them taking it lightly. Dima, big up yourself. None of those teams can defend 4-3 PSG. All right, so yeah, I'm picking Bayern PSG final. I know that people will be upset, but when the time comes, you will see it. All right, yes. Lamar says Bayern versus Yellow Wall, so they are going opposite to what we are saying right here. So that so later we
Well,
will find out. Later we will have a better
Jason have the
understanding.
score line that I give PSG winning by. So we'll
Yes,
see.
later we'll have a better understanding. So we have an extra game here, which we had some other Reggae Boys took played in. All right, so we wanted to talk about Andre Blake. He's back, coming off the injury. Damian Lowe as well was involved. Yes, but they lost yesterday to Seattle, 3 goals to 2. All right.
Well, 3 goals to 2. All right, Skip, just keep healing,
Yeah,
cause
but hold on. I don't know what happened because they are showing that they played. I had not watched the game, but both of them came off at the same time. Hold on, let me see the substitution. Yeah, both of them came off at the same time. Hold on, let me see when the first goal scored. Yes, both of them. Three substitution made in the 6th minute.
six.
Hold on. Let me see what happened here because that don't make any sense to say that. Let me check it. What happened?
That means
What
he's
happened?
not back.
Hold on. Let me check it. Let me check it to make sure what happened. Philly. All right. So let me just check it. VS Seattle. Yeah, because I never watched the game. Um, Let me see. Early subs because I would have known exactly what took place. You get me?
6 minutes no look good.
Disastrous first half. All right. So let me see. All right. I'm just trying to look for the report. Yes, yes, and that's what I'm asking. Disastrous first half leads to Union lost to Seattle in rain makeup. All right, so let me see why they took them off. Because that makes sense. All right, so the Union had 3 players in the original match day, 3 starting lineup injured. Damian Lowe ankle was replaced by Jakob. Andre Blake knee replaced by Olivier Oliver. All right, both of whom were on the bench, neither of which counted as they used of a sub or a substitution window. Marcus Anderson was out with knee injury. Okay. So Marlon, they're saying the opposite. They're saying that they were injured. That's why they made the substitution. So Damian Lowe have an ankle problem, and so why would they not tell the people that they had an ankle problem before going on? And Blake have a knee injury as well.
Which is different from the grind that he was
Yes,
agitated that
yes,
he had
yes, yes,
agitated.
Yes, so
Wow.
it was an injury, Marlon. It was an injury. This is from the actual Daily Times, and they're taking information from the coach itself because I saw the write up here from the actual coach. So it was by injury. So that means we have two of our players them having slight problems. We are at what
Ooh.
the first of May, the 1st of May.
Mm-mm. That's 1 month, you know.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. But let's see if I have no because Blake had problems right throughout the last what you would say the last 2 months. And every
Yeah, but
time he comes on to Jamaica, he turns up, Even if it's 2 days before, he turns up fit. Yeah, maybe Low now. Low is the one that I have to wait a year. But I think
mm-hmm.
Blake will bag and pan and get to here. But we have to be concerned about this bag of injury for Blake because that's like 7 injuries in the last 4.5 months. No, last 5 months. Because November to now would have been 5 months. In the last 5 months, Blake has 7 injuries. So that's not looking good for him. But and Lowe had some injuries, around 4 in total. Yeah. Yeah. So I don't know what happened. Is it that he's getting older? You guys think that his body is breaking down or something?
All right. When you age in sports,
Yes, yes, Marlon.
you need to
All three of them
change.
they said they took off for injuries. All three of them. Which is ridiculous.
You
But
need to change your
obviously, it
training
makes sense.
regime.
It makes sense to make three subs before you even conceded a goal in the 6 minutes. So it makes sense, Marlon. I think that is more understandable, Pastor. That is more understandable than
Yeah.
anything else because they never conceded no goal or anything. Then after that, Pastor, they conceded three. So they conceded two in the next 14 minutes after the change is made.
Mm, 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 mm. With 1 month to go, I don't like it.
So that is Latibodier, Low, and
I'm
Blake
Blake.
so far. The good thing we have Dishan Bernard coming back. With it looks like he's going to be okay for the time. So that is definitely nice.
Mm. I Teams with the better bench win competitions. We have two major competitions starting June, early June.
Mm-hmm.
So this is scary for me. As we had determined, even Andre Blake's slight injury, even if we're going to take him as the third keeper, and so he gets well during competition, I'd still have him in my squad. But too many of them now, too many of them, too many of them. I want to see my players come back and shape up like our captain Jamaica have the place waving, come back and dominate. I want to see them on the park healthy. And then while I'm not a D'Lo fan, I hope he get back well quickly because look at this though, JD. If he is affected by injury, so he's not available for the first window, the players that replace him goes in the competition and put in stellar performances. That really makes his task in the team more difficult. I want him to get back, get well, Lord, get well.
All right.
We must have competition for places when we're selecting the team. Get well, Lord.
Yeah, and that's where we're gonna stop it, people. Because as what I've said, we had said at first, we're just dropping back some things. and then we'll follow up maybe tomorrow or the other day. We're not gonna, if we don't have the amount of information, we're not going to force it. All right, we will take our time and return when we have all information. So the games will be played. Champions League will be played, obviously. And then if we have additional more information, and if I have the time, we will come back tomorrow. But if not, we will be coming back what Friday that would have been. All right, you know what thing, we don't just force out things and force misinformation on you and them stuff there. You get me? And sometimes if we can't process it, makes no sense to speak on it as well. All right, we are trying to be responsible. Hope you guys respect that approach. All right, so Pastor, give your final point. And then I have to run off to the park. With the
Yeah.
little kid.
Um, just to say, for all the persons who have their personal choices with which team wins, I hope that your psychological maturity will keep you in good stead because in sports we don't always get it like we want it. It happens sometimes other than we plan. And in those instances, I do not want to be bombarded with emergency cases at the counseling departments to make sure you fans remain level and earthly. Yes, good program again. I
Yeah.
like the information disseminated, and
Not the fighting one, I saw some of the war boats them came in today, but today was
no,
not the day for that.
them
You know,
they, they,
the
they
normal
can
war
fight.
boats them
They
determine,
can fight,
um,
JD.
determine
They
J.S. Laguna, um, Dockland, yeah, and yeah, them man there, And just remember, Vinny and Rodrigo won the UCL as well. But Jason, I had said maybe only one. I can't stretch back to four because the conversation was on four. Who won four, Jason? So yeah, I was not fighting, my brother. Your team big. Your team big, Jason. But once Bayern beat them, believe me, I am not going to stop. Because the disrespect that you put in on my name from the other day, I need to start gloating when time I destroy my predictions, all right? All right, big up, big up, big up. Yeah, man. So
yeah.
thanks everyone that just came in. Please do hit like button, share, and subscribe. All right. Yeah, we will be back to either tomorrow or the next day, which is Friday. Because obviously the games I'm playing, we have more contents. We are not sleeping on YouTube. We are not going to just drop a billion videos for no reason. So sometimes, as we said at the start of our video, the information is on in our videos, but we don't build 700 videos. All right, because we are not desperate for just making money. The information is the point is to make a show and put the information in it, not separate 50 different videos. Because we're just desperate for them on YouTube and all over the place. It's in the same video. I will try to improve like titling going forward, like inside the videos you can get the specific part of the videos that you want, like the titling for the video. So if I'm talking about Reggae Girlz, you will see that part in it, so you can skip to that specific part. All right. Only for likes, no demon, no. Oh my god. No, I'm just explaining to the people that sometimes we put out the information, but others that don't watch nothing or have a short attention span will sell a narrative to say that we only talk on the sensationalism things, which is not true. All right? Yes. But big up yourself, Demo. Demo a troublemaker as well. But obviously Liverpool now going with nothing. So he has nothing to give trouble about. But tell you what, I am done. I am done, Pastor. Later, Pastor, I have to bring the kid to the park,
Yeah.
I am not giving him a
Tell Gemma
fireback,
if you have some
Pastor.
extra fun for me.
Yeah, man, not giving him a fireback. All right, big up, Pastor, later.